All right, so let's finish this out now. All right, so everything is done. We're just in the process of cleaning up, getting the tents down and everything like that. All of our equipment, our stainless steel table, our double bowl sink, Cajun cooker, kill station, all of that we're just going to put under the deck on the patio, because in a few weeks we're going to be doing another round of them, and that way they're not put up way up where they're a pain in the butt to get out of once a year anyway. So we're just going to temporarily put them off to the side, out of the weather. That way we have easy access to them. So 67 total chickens is what we did. Every one of them were roosters, because the 4 hens that we had I kept.
There's a couple might have been hens, but
I think they were just smaller roosters, because the very first one I cut into actually had a lot of fluid in it. You could tell it had congestive heart failure, which is not uncommon in this breed, and it was a little smaller anyways. The smallest chicken we ended up with was what, 3.8 pounds?
there was one that's 3.6.
So 3.6
And
pounds,
I don't
and the
know if
heaviest
it
was
had-
6.8 or 6.9.
Didn't look that close.
I think you can. She didn't know if it was a rooster or not, because she didn't pay attention to see even if it had testicles on the inside. That's funny. All right.
You can tell, but
Well, yeah, some of them are pretty obvious. That's the original chicken nugget, if you didn't know what that is. Because the only chickens that I know have nuggets are roosters, obviously. But anyways, so out of 67 chicken, total weight, 300, and I'm looking on my brown paper Ace Hardware bag, 367 pounds. So we came out with an average weight of 5.5 pounds over 8 weeks. That is 1,500 pounds of food, because I bought how many bags of chick starter for the first 4 weeks of their life. They average what, 50 pounds a week. So we'll say 200. So we'll say what, 1,400 pounds of feed, 367 total pounds of birds. Now that is not counting the 7 that we kept back that we're keeping alive, that we're going to put into our breeding program. So anyways, 5.5, 5.46, so round up to 5.5 pounds per bird. And that's perfect, because last year at 9.5 weeks, we ended up with pretty much average 8-pound birds, wasn't it?
Yeah. If you throw the 5 that were runty out, it ends up at 5.6 pounds.
Yeah, so if we take the smallest ones, the ones that were 4.5 pounds and under,
Yeah.
just a few of those that we had, we would actually have an average of 5.6. So it worked out for the best anyways. These are perfect sized chickens, because they fit on the rotisserie. The ones we've been raising beforehand, because we've taken them out to 9.5 weeks, and it's just the way that the time availability fell. They ended up going like 9 weeks, 4 days, I think was the average, and they were almost every one of them dressed out at 8 pounds. So they were half turkey, I mean, anyways, by that size. So these come out at just the perfect size, and we figured at 5.5 pounds, even if you sold, what's the median average on a USDA whole pasture chicken is like $5.15. That's the median average. So if we were in the market to sell these like that, you could make a lot of decent money on selling chickens at $5.15 a pound. But also you have to look at the demand in your area. You also have to look at the economy currently now, right, too. I mean, people do want better food, and they're willing to pay that, extra money for better, local, cleaner food. But still, everybody's kind of stretching out hard times here. So we'll be more forgiving on that if we do sell any of them. Of course, we're not a business at this point, but when we figure out the friends who have helped and pitched in for feed and stuff like that, we'll figure in a better price for them, because they want some chickens and everything like that. So their contribution is to pretty much just cover feed at that point. But in the future, like I said, it's something you want to consider. Is 8 weeks is a sweet spot, as long as you feed them twice a day, 12 hours on, 12 hours off is what a lot of people say. I did 24 hours. I fed them twice a day, and just kept their food going, and we had no issues with them at all. And we didn't lose any from the first 4 or 5 days. We didn't lose a one after that. And I'm gonna tell you, that's amazing, because we usually had about a 7% loss roughly throughout the whole time.
Lost at least 4 or 5 as they got older.
Yeah, so through the time that we had them on pasture, we always lost like 4 or 5 of them out there. But a lot of that had to do with heat too. So luckily it hasn't been that hot except for the last 2 days here, and we're really hoping for some rain. And we did have like 3 days where it was up in the mid 90s, but we haven't had rain in more than a month now at this point, and they're calling for a chance of rain today and definitely rain tomorrow, which we really hope we get. But anyways, that's it. 8 weeks, 367 pounds of chicken, 67 of them processed from pasture to ice in 4.5 hours yesterday. Now, let me tell you something. It was a busy day. Now, today we come out here and again, I'm going to kind of promote the Florida poultry bags. Definitely a good quality product compared to a lot of them that we've used in the past that we've just bought off of Amazon in bulk, where they have the straw, evaporation, or the straw vacuum method. Once you dip them in the hot water, I like the Florida bag. I actually kind of had a little reservations about it at first by poking a hole in that bag, but hey man, it went out. It came across real easy, very quickly. Once you get them bagged and get them zip tied, poke that hole, dip them in the water, 3 to 5 seconds, it's done. Throw the label on it. And you guys, the previous video will show you that, how fast we went through 28 chickens just doing that. So in what, 10 minutes to bag them all up, if that? So me and the wife, that's...
Yeah, those are slick.
Yeah.
That label works easy.
They worked out good.
The towel over your shoulder and drop them.
Yep.
Stick 'em.
All right. So here's my better half. She's a working woman, let me tell you. She was putting some chickens down yesterday. Well, I was putting them down. She was cutting them up. So she was a cutting fool yesterday. Colonel Sanders would have been envious. All right, guys, let you go. We got to clean up. Hopefully we get some rain, and I'll not complain if I get wet out here today. So get and stay prepared. Stay free. God bless y'all.